Alexa, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Hi everyone, my name is Caroline. Last year I posted a video called How to Make an Amazon Alexa from a Raspberry Pi. And we went through the whole tutorial, and at the end of it, in order to restart every time you unplugged your Raspberry Pi, in order to get the Alexa voice service to start back up again, you had to either SSH into it or get out a terminal and a keyboard and run 3 commands in order for the voice service to start. So the number one comment I got about that video is, how do I avoid doing that? It should just start when I plug it in. Now, one of my viewers, Wayne, Courtney is his name, took your comments and said, we need to do that. And he spent, I don't know how much time, he put in a lot of time and effort. So thank you very much, Wayne, for sharing this with the world. Wayne has put together the source code so that all you have to do is plug it in and the Alexa voice service will start running on your Raspberry Pi. And I'm gonna go through his entire tutorial in this video today. So let's get started. Our first step is to flash our micro USB drive. So our Raspberry Pi, it uses a micro SD card for its hard drive, and my computer has a slot for the SD card. So I'm gonna put it in the slot for the SD card. I also need a regular USB drive as well. And I'm gonna open up my computer here, and I've got a little slot right here. So I'm gonna put the USB drive here. I'm gonna use my SD card slot, my micro SD in an SD card slot, and a regular USB drive here. And then we are going to flash the drive. Starting from the very beginning, I'm going to raspberrypi.org to get the latest version of Raspbian that is available. So I went to raspberrypi.org, downloads, and then Raspbian Stretch with desktop. Just to go over that, I did that really fast. So go to raspberrypi.org, hit downloads, hit Raspbian, and then hit download zip. Now this is a really big zip file. It took me about an hour to download the whole thing. I don't know if that was just, I'm going to cancel the download because I already have it right here. So next I need to get out my Etcher IO right here, select an image, and it's this image. I'm going to hit open, and I already have my micro SD card inserted in my computer. Select drive, SD card reader, continue, and I'm going to hit flash. This will take a few minutes to flash the entire drive. While we're waiting for our drive to flash, let's multitask here and go to GitHub, and I will link to this in the description field below, but it's github.com, my name, Alexa RPI Auto, start here, and all the instructions are right here in the README file, and you need a zip file. So here's the zip file. I'm gonna download the zip file, and it will go into my downloads folder, and I'm going to copy the entire zip file into a USB drive. So we're doing two things at once. We're getting the zip file onto a USB drive, and we're flashing in Etcher IO. And our flash is complete now. Let me make sure everything's ejected. Now I'm going to eject my USB drive, and my SD card automatically ejected itself. And now we're going to move back to the Raspberry Pi for the next part of this tutorial. Awesome. We are now done flashing our micro USB drive and also our USB drive. We've ejected everything, so we are ready to go on to our next step. And our next step is going to be back on the Raspberry Pi. In this step, we'll need our HDMI monitor, we will need our Raspberry Pi, we'll need our speaker, our microphone, power, speaker cable, 3.5 millimeter jack, and we'll also need the micro SD card we flashed in the previous step and the USB drive from the previous step, and a mouse and keyboard combo. And so let me put this all together for you guys so you can see what the plug looks like. So I've got my microphone right here, got my 3.5 millimeter jack hooked up to my speaker right here. I am going to hook up my mouse and keyboard right here. Now let's see, I've got to hook up the HDMI right here. Now I need to take my micro USB card and insert it into the Raspberry Pi right here. Hopefully see that. And then we need to also make sure we've got our files that we saved on our USB drive right here. And that is the setup we need. Now, finally, last but not least, we need power. So this is already plugged into the power outlet. I'm just going to plug it in right here. And the monitor should be coming on momentarily. And here we are with the monitor right here. And what I'm going to do is, first thing we want to do is get ourselves on the Wi-Fi network. And we're on the Wi-Fi network. Now in the terminal, I want to do sudo raspi config. And I want to first of all change my password. And now I'm going to hit finish. And there are some localization options you may want to do here too. So you might want to go into preferences and go into the mouse and keyboard settings and make sure your keyboard is set, hit keyboard layout to the keyboard you're actually using. So I'm in the United States, so I'm going to hit United States, English, US, and hit OK. And that will help me out here and there. And then I can also change the time as well. And it would like to reboot. So yes, I would like to reboot. Let's get started now. I have on my right side, I've got the GitHub instructions right here. We'll just be following these instructions. So we've set up everything. So now we're ready to do a sudo apt update and a sudo apt upgrade. So first I'm going to SSH into my Pi. Yes, I want to continue, and I'll type in my password that I just set up a second ago, and I'm going to do sudo apt get update, and that is done. So next is sudo apt upgrade. This will take a few minutes longer, so we'll let that run through. Yes, I want to continue, and I'll be right back. And we're back. So we're done with the upgrade now. The next step is to git clone the Alexa AVS sample, Alexa voice service sample. So we're going to get that directly from GitHub. And I'm going to hit enter. And that was quick. That'll be done. So now we're just going to do a reboot. And it's closed. So let's give it a minute for it to reboot now. I'm going to close out the terminal because I'm moving on to VNC server. And everything's been upgraded to the latest version. I'm going to hit OK. And we're going to be working here for now. Let's see. So next thing we need to do is insert the flash drive. Now I showed you at the beginning I inserted the flash drive already. That was a mistake. I did eject it, and then I'm going to insert it again, and you'll see it pop up right here on my screen. So let me go and insert that into my machine. And I see my USB drive has been inserted. Open in File Manager. Yes, I would like to do that. And here it is. Now what I'm going to do is open another window right here, and it defaults into the Pi. And all I'm going to do is copy and paste, move this over, and we're going to make a directory right here, and then I'm going to extract to here. And here it is. Now I'm going to do a view hidden. There's another file in what we're going to extract here. We need to take the automated install that came with the package we downloaded from GitHub, and I'm going to rename it original. And then I'm going to take automated install and move it right here. And then I'm going to take Hello Wave and move it into the same folder. So Alexa AVS sample app now has the Hello Wave file and a new version of the automated install. And then I'm going to look here at the desktop, and I'm going to move the Autorun. Actually, it goes into, I'm going to move it here for now. And then this bash file, we're going to do something with it later on. Okay. So now what we're going to do is we do need to open up our web browser because we will have to log into developer.amazon.com. And I'm continuing along on the instructions right here. So I've done 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, and now we'll go to the Amazon developer account. and copy and paste this link into your browser and follow the setup directions exactly. Okay, so I'm going to go developer.amazon.com, and you can follow along on the instructions right here. So if you don't already have an account, please create an account. I'm going to sign in here. And yes, I do want to save my password. And I would like to go to Alexa consoles. I'm going to open this window up. So this right here is what my desktop on my Raspberry Pi looks like. This is my usual computer. So here are all the instructions on creating a product. Now I've already done this twice because I've shown this on a previous video. I would recommend you just follow this. I'm not going to create a new product just because there's not a way for me to delete it at this point, but you would hit create product and then follow all the instructions right here. I'm going to hit manage and then get all of my information here. So now let's go into AVS sample app, and we're going to use, what I did was just so I don't go too fast here, what I did is I'm in Home, Pi, Alexa, AVS sample app. I'm going to right click on the automated install, and I'm going to hit text editor. Now this is key. Don't hit open, hit text editor. So now we've got our text editor here going, and what we're going to do is we're going to copy and paste everything we need. So the product ID is my device. The client ID is right here. And the client secret is right here. Copy and paste. And from here, we're going to hit save, and we're going to close that out. Okay, so now I'm going to minimize this. Once again, we've updated automated install.sh. We've saved the file. Now we're going to run it. We're going to execute in terminal. And yes, I want to proceed. Yes, I have an Amazon developer account. Yes, my information is correct. And I would like to use US 1, and I'll be using a 3.5mm jack. And yes, I want to enable the wake word, and it's going to take about 15-20 minutes or so and install the Alexa voice service. And we're back, and once the install finishes, the terminal automatically closes. So you'll leave and you'll see everything going, and then you'll come back and you're like, hey, where's my terminal? Well, it automatically closes. That's what says it's done. So now we are in the instructions over here. We are at step 39, or we have completed step 39, and now we're going to start testing the Alexa voice services. So I copied the Alexa Autorun Ssh to the desktop, and we're just going to open it. And this time I'm going to do execute instead of execute in terminal. Hit execute. And then it says I need to log in, and I'm going to hit yes. And then my browser should pop up here in a second. And we always get this message. I'm going to hit advanced, and then I'm going to scroll down here and proceed to localhost. And I'll need to sign in, and I'm going to click keep me signed in here. And then scrolling back up again, my device tokens are now ready. I'm going to close the browser, and now the browser is done. I can hit OK. And now we can test it out to see if it works. Now I'm ready to test our voice service, our Alexa voice service. So I'll say, Alexa, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
And now it works. So instead of launching, so this is great. Just to get to this point is awesome, and we should consider that a success. Now I'm going to close the Alexa voice service here. So let's relaunch the Autorun. We're going to hit execute.
Hello.
And what we're going to notice is how long it takes for the hello wave file over here to play before or after this launches. So what you want it to do is, and I thought this was completely brilliant, quite frankly, from Wayne, was this isn't required, but this is so helpful to know when your device is ready to go, when she's ready to go. So basically what you want to, the goal of this step is to get it where the hello wave file plays after she's ready to go over here. So I'm pretty much got that right now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to right click on Autorun here, and I'm going to go to the text editor here, and what he's done is he's got wait sleep equals 25 seconds. So if your internet connection is a little bit slower or faster, you can adjust this to the right amount of time. So what he recommends you do is adjust this. Now I did this project a few minutes before, I run through the whole project before I run the video, before I turn the cameras on, so it looks like I know what I'm doing when I make these videos. And I had to set mine to 30 seconds in order for everything to work. Now what you just saw here, I think the internet might be working a little faster right now, and it actually popped up first and then said hello. So that was perfect. So I don't think I really need to make any changes here. I'm gonna just X out of this, but if you were, you would hit yes, I want to make changes. And you could just continue to, I'm going to put no, I don't want to make any changes, but you could continue to just execute this, open, execute, until you get the window to pop up and it to say hello. Window first, hello second is the goal of this step. And it just helps you when you reboot the Pi, when we do get to that step, in order for you to be able to restart the Pi and then it say hello, so you know that your Alexa voice service is ready to go.
Hello.
So that's about where we want to get it to. The screen pops up first, and then she says hello, and then we can say, Alexa, are you online?
I am connected to the internet.
In this step, we are going to set up our Raspberry Pi to boot into Autorun every single time. Now, how are we going to do that? So first of all, I'm going to take this autorun.sh and move it back into the AVS sample app folder. Okay. Next, I'm going to Alexa with Autorun with hello. Now, first I'm going to open a new window here, and it opens right into Pi, and I do still have my hidden files showing. So I do see the current bash file. So I'm going to rename this file, and I'm going to rename it original. Okay, and then I'm going to take the bash file that's in Alexa Autorun that came in our zip file, and I'm going to move it over here. And that is the new bash file. And so from here, I should just be able to hit reboot, and now it will automatically reboot into Alexa. In this step, I am rebooting the computer, and we are going to see if it does indeed auto start Alexa.
Hello.
The interesting thing about this step is that now that we have changed the start file, the boot up of our Raspberry Pi, the window that showed the microphone in the previous step no longer shows up. So you really don't need the monitor or the keyboard anymore. So let's try this out. Alexa, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
And she works perfectly fine, but without that window that pops up. So I thought that was really interesting as well. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to do another reboot, or actually I'm going to do a shutdown. I'm going to take away the monitor and the keyboard, and we're just going to get down to what we need to start this up every time. Shut down, and here we go. I'm going to just simply plug in the power.
Hello.
Hello. Let's see if this works. Alexa. Hello.
Hello.
And that's all you need. So now, right from power on, your Raspberry Pi now has the Alexa voice service. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. Thank you, Wayne, for putting all this together. And I hope you try this at home and have great results like I did. See you next time. Bye.